Ain't no mileage of $4 configure the road I travel. Don't gravel that probably baffle it. Label scribble on paper.
Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Seattle Seahawks and the Minnesota Vikings. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Ready, set. Pass the 60, pass the 60. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw, Smith. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards to pick up there.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
19 Tiger. 60 Eagle, 60 Eagle.
Off of play action. Here's Smith. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
On 1st and 10, Smith. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. The Vikings now at 2-5 to start play. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here, and it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
Gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Smith going to throw on 3rd and 1. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. Here we go now on 1st and goal.
Check pass, check pass.
Now here's the option play going left. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. Keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Vikings will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, second down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy is nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Patton. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
To throw on 3rd down. Patton got his man complete over the middle. It's Walker. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And they'll use him out of the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Hey, check that. Street.
The slot man in motion right. Walker now on 1st and 10. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Patton. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
18 Cardinals.
Back to throw. Patton. And Walker has it. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Well, it seems pretty clear on this opening drive that they want to get him involved, not only, Charles, in the run game, but in the pass game as well. And he can be such a weapon for them when they utilize him this way.
And, partner, you know I'm a veteran, right? In other words, that means a little bit older. Back in my day, we used to call a guy like this a workhorse, except he carried the ball all the time. Now they get it to him a variety of ways, but you're right. They want to run their offense through him.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
On 4th down, Patton. And he's got his big tight end here.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as this defense, boy, a little too loose there. They give up a gain of 19 on 4th down.
4th and 2, they got it. That was kind of that gray area. Is that a feel thing, whether you go run or pass there offensively?
I think it's a feel thing. It's a tendency thing about what you like to do yourself on offense, as well as knowing how strong they are against the run on defense. Got to make a decision, and they made the correct one.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Now to the ground. Here's Walker.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Vikings 7, Seahawks nothing.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
Here's Walker.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Kenneth Walker with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They go with Cunningham. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota.
Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. Let's take it inside his own 40. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
We're only in November.
But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum down.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
On 3rd down, Patton.
This one goes underneath to Walker, and he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is really thrown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Patton going down the middle, and it's complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 12-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Trying the left side with Walker.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
Walker will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Vikings 7. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
The end result, 21 yards.
Normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation, you have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run, and I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Cunningham. He's got room at the 30. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7.
Go, Reed, go! Hurry!
Play action. It's Smith. And his throw is incomplete.
He's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Here's Smith. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's got a first down there after a gain of about 12 as the clock will stop right now for the 2-minute warning. Out of the gun, Smith. And that is incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
They'll come on 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
On 3rd and 2, Patton. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Look at that team!
Straight ahead, Walker. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Patton. Flushed out right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Patton. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
But no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They run again with Walker. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On second down, it's Walker. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A yard in the wrong direction. Makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
Sometimes I think cornerbacks can benefit from the fact that quarterbacks might just forget about the idea
that they might be near the line of scrimmage. How about the anticipation there, sneaking in and making a big play in the backfield?
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. Looking to throw. Patton. Pass is caught. It's Metcalf going across the field here. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33. The third down conversion successful. A gain of 11. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Give to Walker on the read option. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 83 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Patton. He's got his tight end Fant. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
To throw on second down. Patton over the middle. That's caught by Metcalf. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Running left is Walker. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Okay,
2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
hurry, 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 hurry!
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Operating from the gun. Patton. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Myers' kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Nuwanger now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
Cunningham. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Again, Cunningham here on the ground. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll fake it. Now Smith. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up first and 10. Throwing is Smith. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Darrell Taylor got in there to drop him. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Smith. This pass into the hands of Bellinger. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point, just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Desperation time for Smith on fourth down. Another pass complete to Bellinger. And he's going to pick up the Vikings first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. They run with Cunningham. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and
to throw is Smith.
On the Seahawks.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Justin Jefferson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have taken a fourth quarter lead. This has definitely been a back-and-forth affair, and now they have the lead here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and they gave up the field goal on that last drive, as we remember, but it felt like their offense told them, don't worry about it. We got your backs. We'll come back with a touchdown of our own, and they did.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 4-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. We'll see a return here from the end zone.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
To number 6. A gain of 9 brings up second and goal at the 28-yard line.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
On third down, here's Walker. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. So first and 10 now from the 30. Operating from the gun. Patton. And Lockett with a grab over the middle. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's second down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3 at the 36-yard line.
Let's go now.
On the handoff, this is Walker. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The offense on third down, they've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Room here to run. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 131 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. In motion left goes a tight end. Again, it's Walker. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
This is the tight end fan. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the Seahawks are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Walker now on first and 10. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a one-score game. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Patton. This is caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. From 8 yards out. And the Seahawks answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead.
Well, partner, this hasn't been the smoothest day for him, but he certainly picked the right time to get right, as they like to say. How about that for a touchdown?
Boy, he did. I guess they say all's well that ends well. It's not over yet, but you're right. He picked a good time for that first touchdown pass.
Exactly right. Not over yet. The defense has got to make it hold up.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Smith.
Gets this to Bellinger.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On first down, it's Cunningham. And some room to run that. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line.
102 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
Way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cunningham. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I reintroduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this one away.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Winston to throw. He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. It's complete to Lockett.
And they will get the conversion on fourth down to stay alive, but time, not an ally.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. He's back to throw. Forced out to his left. And it's knocked away and incomplete. This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game, but a critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had, because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that. That can finish things off for them.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. One final shot now. I'm not even sure he can get into the end zone, though, from this distance.
That's going to take as much arm as he has, and you actually have to plan for the contingency. Maybe you're playing a tip, try and get someone down who can tip it up and keep it for your own team, and try and get to the end zone that way.
Lockett, the man in motion. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly.
Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted.
Rasul Douglas picks it.
And the Vikings are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for the Vikings,
a loss would have really hurt, but as it stands, it's an important win as they move to 3-5 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week as Washington comes to town.
Meanwhile, for Seattle, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams.